Welcome. Thank you for joining me. My name is Attorney Mary Kate D'Souza, and I'm founder and Chief Legal Officer of Gentreo, an online estate planning software solution. Gentreo is excited to partner with MTA and to offer your members the opportunity to create and store and share an affordable estate plan. So let's begin. What is estate planning? Many of us have a vague idea that estate planning has something to do with what happens to our assets when we die. In fact, estate planning is about a lot more. It's about protecting your choices when you're alive. For instance, you need to have a healthcare proxy and a power of attorney. These documents protect both your healthcare decisions and your financial decisions when you're alive. Further, if you're a parent of minor children, you want to make sure that you have a will so that you can nominate who you would want to take care of your children. Another consideration is our pets. We view them as family members. The law views them as property. You need to be able to protect them too. It's important that you have documents so that you empower someone to make decisions for you in the event that you're not able to. Finally, Gentreo offers a one-stop home digital base wherein when there's an emergency, everyone knows where to turn to get the documents they need to help uphold your wishes. At Gentreo, we like to say we can't predict the future, but we can plan for it. That's why it's important that you have the necessary estate planning documents and that they're stored in a secure but accessible location, such as the Gentreo Digital Vault. You also have the authority to empower select loved ones to have access to certain documents so that they'd be able to get them and get critical information in the event of an emergency. Some of you may be thinking, I know I need to do it, but I don't have time right now, or it's not a priority. I'm here to tell you that you should make it a priority because there's real risks if you don't plan, mainly having to do with increased costs and also, more significantly, emotional turmoil and conflict within your families. I can't tell you how many cases I've had in which family members have failed to create estate planning documents, leaving their loved ones to fight over things, dealing with control, property, and who has control of the children. Further, I've also had cases where family members know their loved ones have done estate planning documents, but they can't be located. In both of these situations, it's like not having any estate planning documents at all. If you fail to create a will, the law of your state decides where your assets go, so you have no control over that. Moreover, if you don't nominate who you want to make healthcare decisions or financial decisions for you, your loved ones have to go to court to get that authority to do it for you, and there may not be global agreement, which would result in conflict and hurt feelings. So it's important for you to create your documents so that your wishes can be upheld, but you're further giving a gift to your loved ones of peace of mind. So let's talk about the specifics of the estate planning documents. The first document I'd like to discuss is a will. Many of us have a vague understanding of what a will does, and I'm sure you understand that it has to do with distributing your assets upon your death. Further, you have an opportunity to nominate who you want to be guardian of your minor children if you have minor children. You also have an opportunity, if you own a pet, to say who you want to get your pet to take care of it. Finally, with the will, you can nominate who you want to serve as your personal representative, also known as an executor. This is the person that will manage your estate after you pass away and make sure that your choices as expressed in your will are upheld. An alternative to a will in terms of planning around what you want to happen to your assets is a trust. Gentreo offers a revocable living trust. This is a document in which you create and express your wishes about where you want your assets to go. The difference between a will and a living trust is that a will only goes into effect when you die. A living trust goes into effect during your lifetime. So during your lifetime, you create this trust and you have to fund it with whatever assets you want the trust to own so that it will be distributed per the rules of the trust upon your death. Some people choose a trust because of estate tax consequences or for privacy reasons. Wills are public documents that are filed in court. In general, trust documents are not filed in court and they're private unless there's litigation involving the trust. What's important to understand about the trust is that you no longer own those assets that you've transferred into the trust. The trust owns the assets. In general, a trust is not a good estate planning vehicle for younger people who are still in the stages of growing their wealth because they would want immediate control of their assets. One thing that's important to remember is that with Gentreo, when you create your trust, that's only one step. The second and critical step is to fund the trust, meaning you have to transfer assets into it to make it work. A healthcare proxy. Probably now with the pandemic, you might have heard something about this document, but let's break it down. A healthcare proxy is a document in which you appoint someone to make healthcare decisions for you in the eventuality that you cannot make them for yourself. It's important that you pick someone that you trust, who knows you, who'd be able to advocate for you and your wishes. A Gentreo healthcare proxy also includes a HIPAA release so that your healthcare agent could talk to your medical providers and get all the information they need to make the best decision for you. Also, a Gentreo healthcare proxy offers you an opportunity to complete it with regards to your wishes in terms of end-of-life treatment, life-sustaining treatment, organ donation, and other issues. You also have an opportunity to express in writing any specific care that you definitely want or definitely do not want. It's important that you have this document because if something happens to you, and like we've seen with COVID, our lives can change in an instant, the person you love and trust will be empowered to make the decisions you would want. If you don't have a healthcare agent, again, your family would most likely be forced to go to court to get authority to make healthcare decisions for you. And at that point, they would much rather be with you in hospital than in court. A power of attorney, similar to a healthcare proxy, is a document in which you appoint an agent to make financial decisions for you. Both the healthcare proxy and power of attorney are only valid during your lifetime. They expire upon your death. A power of attorney is a document in which you can decide for how long you want the power of attorney to be valid and for what assets you want the power of attorney to have authority over. It's important that someone has authority over your money in the event that you're incapacitated and can't manage it for yourself. It lets someone pay your bills, taxes, and manage your assets. Powers of attorney for pet care. Again, similar to a healthcare proxy and power of attorney, this has to do with your pets and empowering someone to make decisions for them in your absence, whether due to vacation or because of an incapacity. This enables your pet caretaker to have authority to go to the vet if something happened and get the appropriate health care. Further, a Gentreo pet power of attorney allows you to set financial limits and also express your wishes for your pet's care. So now that we've reviewed the essential estate planning documents, I want to tell you a little bit about Gentreo and what our solution is to estate planning. Gentreo is an online, affordable, and accessible solution so that you can create these documents anywhere, anytime. The documents are legally binding in all 50 states, and besides the opportunity to create the documents, we also, as I said, have included a digital family vault and a team sharing feature. Both of these are very important elements of estate planning because it's not just about having the documents, it's about being able to use them when an emergency strikes. So with the Gentreo Digital Vault, you're able to store your estate planning documents and other critical contact information such as your doctor's information that your healthcare agent would need, and maybe your medication lists or underlying conditions. And you could also add information about assets such as where you do your banking, what stocks you own, who's your financial advisor, and have that information stored in the digital vault so that that information could be given to your power of attorney if they need to take over and manage your assets for you. It's a digital home base where everyone can turn to in the event of an emergency. Gentreo allows you to create the documents, share them with your chosen loved ones, and by that you can select certain documents and certain information for certain people. It doesn't have to be sharing everything with everyone. With Gentreo, it's accessible online, anywhere, anytime. And with our membership, for no extra charge, you can update your documents as your life circumstances change. For example, if you get married or maybe have a divorce, or if there's a new baby born or someone's died, all of these things might be cause to update your estate planning documents. We like to suggest that you review your estate planning documents yearly, usually around the time that you prepare your taxes, to make sure they accurately reflect your desires. Gentreo membership provides you with a complete plan so that you get the documents, the digital storage, and the ability to share with your Gentreo team members. This is an all-encompassing estate planning solution so that your choices are upheld today and your family is protected tomorrow. Gentreo has partnered with MTA to offer you a discounted price of $8.49 to be paid monthly when you use the code MTA discount. I hope you found this information about estate planning and the Gentreo solution helpful. More importantly, I hope you will join Gentreo and create or update your estate planning documents. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please email us at support@gentreo.com. Thank you.